Alright. Alright, so, should be the last set of Chapter 8 notes, which means it's the last set of notes for this trimester. Okay. So, today we're going to be talking about a new grammar concept. We're just going to be talking about it. You will not be tested on this, but it's a very important thing, and it's going to take some figuring out, so you need to pay close attention today. Okay. So, today we're going to be talking about akkusativ. In English, that's accusative. Okay, so it's only a couple letters different. So, akkusativ. So again, it's called the accusative. What it is it's the direct object in a sentence. If you don't know what a direct object is, that is the thing that's affected by the verb. Okay? So if you eat something, whatever you eat is the direct object. If you buy something, whatever it is you buy is the direct object. If you break something, if you read something, if you sell something, if you see something, if you hit something, if you take something, all of those things, they're directly affected by the action. Those are the direct objects. Okay. So how it works in German is a little bit different. We have that in English too, you just don't usually realize it. Okay. But we'll talk about how it can look a little bit different sometimes. Okay. But as an example, when you use the phrase, I love you, does anybody know that phrase in German?
Ich liebe
dich. Ich liebe dich. Good. So that phrase, ich liebe dich. The person that you love is the direct object. They're receiving the love. That's why it's not du. That's why it changed. So now it's dich.
So it's not that deine, sein, or seine, your.
Possessives can be used in any case. So far you've only been dealing with nominative case. That's the main subject of a sentence. Now we're going to start getting into some other ones. We'll talk about briefly what the other ones are too, but for right now we're going to start learning accusative a little bit at a time. Okay? So you can still have the mine and the dine and the sein and all that stuff in accusative, just like you can in nominative. The endings will just look a little bit different. That's it. Alright? So, this is your new chart. So if you look up on the wall, that's part of the chart. There are 4 cases in German. So nominative you've already been learning. That's just the normal case. It's the main subject. The next one down is accusative. So that's one we're going to be starting to learn. The other 2 we won't learn till later. Dative will be in level 2, pretty sure, and then genitive is in level 3. Okay? We don't even have genitive in English. It means of the, or of my, of a. So it's a possessive case. Okay? But if you look at the chart up on the whiteboard on the screen, the der, die, das, die going across the top row, you've already had that. You've been working on that. Same thing with the ein words in those same boxes. So eine, ein, keine. Okay? So I color-coded them. So the only one that changes when it gets to accusative is the der words. Everything else stays what it was before. So that part's nice. Okay, so that's why I changed the box color a little bit. Okay, so if it was a der word, now it becomes den. Okay. If it was an ein word for a masculine, then it becomes einen. Okay. So this chart I would like you to copy down into your notes. Okay. If you have colors, feel free to color code, but that's certainly not a requirement. Put it someplace handy, even on the inside cover of your notebook if you're using an actual notebook, so that you can find it quickly and easily is a good idea. Now, when we do this stuff, we're going to go through it and we're going to practice labeling first. Okay? We found if you label it first, then it makes it easier to make sure that you know what you're doing with it instead of just guessing as you go. Okay? So we're going to use N, V, and A. What do you think N, V, and A stand for?
Noun, verb.
Very close. V is definitely a verb.
Adverb.
Nope. Think about what the concept we were just talking about. What are we learning about today? Accusative. So A is for accusative. What do you think the N is for? Nominative. Okay. So nominative, that's the main subject. Verb is the action. And A is for accusative. That's the direct object. Okay. So I want you, in your notes, to write down, I am buying the pencil. And then we're going to go through and label. Okay. every word in that sentence is going to end up being labeled.
You said action at the end?
Accusative.
Oh,
V is verb, that's the action. Okay? So, in that sentence, I am buying the pencil. What is my main subject in English? I. Okay, so we're going to label I as nominative. It's the main subject of the sentence, so it's the main subject. Okay. What am I doing?
buying.
Yep. So am buying, both words, we're going to label as our verb. Okay. And then we have the pencil. What case is pencil going to be in? Nominative or accusative? Accusative. It's the thing that I'm buying. So it's the direct object. So it's accusative. DO, direct object. Okay. Now we're going to go through and write this sentence together. Okay. So nominative means it's normal. It's exactly what you learned. You don't have to do anything to it. Nothing weird. Okay. So how do you say I? Ich. Okay. So write that down. I'm just going to color code because I can. What about am buying? How do you say to buy?
Einkaufen.
Einkaufen is close. It's to shop. Get rid of the ein. Kaufen. That's your verb. So how do you conjugate it for your main subject? Kaufe. So always conjugate your verb for the main subject. All right. I'm going to leave a blank here for a second. We'll come back to it. What's the word for pencil?
Stift.
Stift or Bleistift. Yep. We'll just go with Stift because it's shorter. Okay. So right now we have I buy pencil. Okay, it's very me, Tarzan, Eugene. Yeah. Is Stift masculine, feminine, neuter, or plural? It is not neuter. Masculine. Okay. So it's a masculine word. So now look at your chart. We've said it's masculine, so find the masculine column. We've said it's accusative, so we already labeled it like that. So Dane. Yep, like Dane, like Great Dane, like the dog. Okay? Den is actually a different word. It adds an extra N to it, and that means because, so you got to be careful on that one.
That's not that bad, I guess.
This is as hard as it gets for right now. Yeah.
Okay.
The concept that's difficult is remembering to do it.
Yeah.
Okay? So, ich kaufe den Stift.
I think you already said this, but we're not tested on this?
You are not being tested on it right now. No. Eventually you will be, but not this chapter. It just starts to come up now, so I don't want you to get smacked upside the head with it testing chapter. All right. Let's do it again. We are eating the pizza. Okay, so we're going with, guys. So what is your main subject in that sentence? We. Okay, so you'll label it as nominative. What's our verb?
Eating? No.
Are eating. Both words. Yep, that's a verb. What case is the pizza? Accusative. It's the thing that we are eating. So that's a direct object. So it's accusative. Okay. So how do you say we? Wir. Are eating? Essen. Yep, and the R is already in the eating. And Essen's already conjugated for wir. Good. Wie sagt man Pizza? Pizza. Masculine, feminine, neuter, or plural?
I thought it was neuter.
It's feminine.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, this is why you got to start memorizing the words with it, because it'll start to affect things. Okay, so wir essen blank pizza. So we've said it's feminine. We've said it's accusative. Check your chart. What's the dirty das word going to be? D. So that one didn't change. It was D, it stayed D. Okay. Last one. So label again. So they take the bus. What's your main subject? They. Label that as nominative. What's your action, your verb? Take. And what are they taking? The bus. So what case is the bus? Accusative. Correct. Okay, so wie sagt man they?
Sie.
Sie. Capitalize it because it's the beginning of a sentence. What's the verb to take? It's to pick up. Got it yesterday. Nehmen. Gut. Sie nehmen. What's the word for bus? Bus. Yep. So bus is going to go here. Masculine, feminine, neuter, or plural?
Masculine.
Masculine. Okay. So it's masculine and it's accusative. Check your charts. What are we putting in there?
Dane.
Dane. Okay. What if we were going to say they take a bus?
Einen.
Look at your chart. Don't guess.
Einen.
Einen. There you go. Does that chart make sense?
Yeah.
You understand how it works? Okay. Good. Fragen?
9.
All right. So we're just going to dabble with it a little bit today. So that is the end of your notes for today.